A fan favorite and the older Diaz brother, Nick has made a name for himself in the MMA world. Fans all gather to see him compete, and their die-hard commitment to this fighter should tell you all there is to know about him. Not only has Nick Diaz competed against the elite fighters, reaching the top of the MMA world, he has also created multiple businesses for himself and his family. In this video, we'll go through Nick Diaz's incredible career, net worth, tragedies in his life, and more. Do you have a strong thought or love for this fighter? Let us know by commenting below. Now let's get started. Incredible career. For those who may have forgotten, Nick Diaz was a monster inside the ring. He was part of the famous Scrap Pack, which included his brother Nate, Jake Shields, and Gilbert Melendez. This team took over the Strikeforce promotion and were some of the most popular and skilled stars. The Scrap Pack team held champions in 3 of the 5 weight classes. Training alongside and sparring another champion sets the bar high in the Gracie gym. Another amazing feat set by Nick was his record starting from May 11th of 2008 until October 29th of 2011. Here he would go on a 3-year win streak and fight 11 fights during this period. This wasn't just amateur or unranked fighters, by the way. He won the welterweight gold strap in January of 2010 and went on to defend it 4 times. These defenses include fights against other greats such as KJ Noons, Paul Daly, and BJ Penn. I'm sure you've heard of at least 2 of these names, but many consider BJ Penn and Paul Daly to be some of the best MMA fighters of their era. What do you think about Nick Diaz and his career, given that he's going back into the octagon ring? How much more fights does he have left? Family and lifestyle. It's rumored that the fighter has been on and off with his longtime girlfriend Heather Nicole. She has appeared on a couple of social media posts, but unfortunately there's not more we know about this couple. What's clear is that fighters tend to have a strong support system backing them, and Nick has someone who is going to support him in and outside the ring. Nick and Nate are both names we know well in the MMA community, but he also has a sister named Nina. These 3 were raised by their mother, Melissa Diaz, as their father left them when they were young. Melissa was also the one who started sending them to swimming classes and training in karate and aikido. No wonder Nick and Nate both have incredible gas tanks. Swimming is an incredibly conditioning exercise that limits your oxygen intake. This has also led to both Diaz brothers' involvement in the Gracie schools. Net worth. He's had some of the top fights in the MMA world and has used it wisely to invest in businesses and his own gym. It's estimated that Nick Diaz's net worth is around $6 million. His huge success in Strikeforce and big fights with the likes of George St. Pierre and Anderson Silva has earned him a hefty purse each time. At UFC 183 against Anderson Silva, Diaz lost the fight against Silva but earned $400,000. This was then considered a no contest after both fighters were tested positive for banned substances. Silva was on steroids, but could you guess what drugs Diaz was on? That's right, he was positive for marijuana. This also led the Nevada State Athletic Commission to ban Diaz for 5 years and fined $165,000. What's funny now is that Nevada is one of the states with the most dispensaries in the world, and it's an active part of their economy now, 5 years later. The fight prior in 2013, Nick Diaz matched up against George St. Pierre and earned $200,000. This was for the UFC welterweight title and ended in a decision loss for Diaz. Tragedies. The price of being an elite athlete has always come with challenges, and there's always something that pushes us to become the best. In Nick's case, he's had a life of adversity from dropping out of school to being affiliated with gangs at an early age. However, the one event in his life that trumps all of these is his girlfriend, whom he had a close relationship with. They were dating throughout high school, and the day before Nick's first pro fight, she killed herself by walking into a freeway. This was a turning point for the famed fighter's career as he dropped out of school and won his first fight. In an interview, Nick Diaz even said that he would run 7 miles and back to her grave to promise her that he would make it as a fighter. This event, along with his past troubles, has led him to the top of the MMA world. He would call himself the original Conor McGregor, saying, "He wouldn't be who he is if it wasn't for me. Nothing against him, I'm the original real deal. I never did steroids in my life. I had to learn how to fight the real way and the right way. That's why I'm the best fighter in the entire world." Do you think that statement is true? If Nick Diaz stayed in the MMA game, would he have been as big as Conor, if not bigger? Let us know what you think and about those events that led to his success. Controversy. Going back to the Scrap Pack, these fighters are as close as brothers and will have each other's back during any engagement. In Strikeforce, following Jake Shields' victory over Dan Henderson, Jason Miller entered the cage without approval and asked for a rematch. This was then countered by another pack member in Gilbert Melendez, putting a hand on Miller's shoulder and asking him to back up. Miller then shoved Melendez, and then all hell broke loose. Both Nick and Nate rushed in and attacked Miller. The brawl was eventually broken up, and participants were given 3-month suspensions and fines ranging from $5,000 to $7,000. Trying to take away someone's victory celebration is one thing, but messing with their whole crew, now that's taking it a step too far. Another controversy was mentioned earlier in this video with a 5-year suspension of Nick's fighting rights from the Nevada State Athletic Commission. He was found to be on marijuana in his fight against Anderson Silva. Do you think this was worth such a long suspension time, given that there was no medical proof weed influences your conditioning or strength as opposed to something like steroids? Nate's had some incredible fights in his life and will likely have more moving forward. He's also run into some trouble with his headstrong mentality, but that's why MMA fans also love him. What do you think about his net worth and lifestyle? Was there anything you liked about him that we didn't mention in this video? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for checking in for another lifestyle video. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. We appreciate all the support, and we'll see you next time on Knockout TV.